Although unformatted code may be understandable to machines, humans are the ones who write and maintain it. Therefore, code formatting is crucial in making code more readable and understandable for human developers. In this video, we'll discuss certain guidelines to keep in mind while formatting your code. By following these guidelines, you can improve the readability and maintainability of your code, making it easier to understand and modify in the future. Let's dive in. Formatting and indentation. By using white spaces and blank lines, we can visually separate different parts of code, making it simpler to read and maintain. Modern IDEs like VS Code come with a built-in formatter. However, I recommend using Prettier, which is the most widely used code formatter. Prettier can be installed by searching for it in the extension panel. Also, I advise turning on the Format on Save by going to File, Preferences, Settings, searching for Format on Save, and turning it on. In this manner, the file will be automatically formatted each time you save it. Also, you can change the shortcut of formatting by going to File, Preferences, Keyboard Shortcuts, and search for Format Document, then add the shortcut you prefer. Let's create an app.js file and paste some unformatted code and then format the file by saving it and see the changes. You still need to insert blank lines after formatting the code to visually separate each section of the code. For this example, we should add a blank line between the for loop and the variable declaration, and a blank line between the for loop and the return statement. Configuring Prettier. You can configure Prettier by creating a configuration file in your project's root directory. Here are the steps. Create a new file in your project's root directory called .prettierrc. The file name must start with a dot to be recognized as a configuration file by Prettier. Inside the .prettierrc file, you can specify the configuration options you want to use. For example, setting the print width to 80, using 1 spaces for tab width, and disabling the semicolon. Save the file and back to our app. Now when you format the file, you will find the code formatted based on the options in .prettierrc file. Note that there are many configuration options available in Prettier. You can find a full list of options in the Prettier documentation in the video description. Linting your code. First, we need to understand the difference between linting and formatting. Formatting is like making your homework look nice and neat. Just like how you might use different colors and highlighters to organize your homework, formatting your code makes it easier to read and understand. Linting is like having a teacher check your homework. Just like a teacher checks your homework for mistakes and gives you advice on how to fix them, a linter checks your code for mistakes and gives you advice on how to fix them. So, linting helps you find mistakes in your code, and formatting makes your code look nice and easy to read. Both linting and formatting are important for making sure your code is the best it can be. Installing ESLint. Open the extension panel and search for ESLint and install it. Then, open your terminal. Initialize a new npm project by running the following command. Install ESLint as a dev dependency of your project by running the following command. Once the installation is complete, create an ESLint configuration file by running the following command. Answer the questions prompted by the command to configure ESLint for your project. The questions will ask you about the types of code you'll be writing, the frameworks you'll be using, and the code style you prefer. You can accept the default values or customize them to suit your needs. Once you've completed the configuration process, ESLint will generate a configuration file named .eslintrc. The extension you chose earlier in your project directory. Back to our app.js file, the ESLint extension will show us where your code contains errors. And when you hover over one of them, it will explain to you the issue. As you can see here, it is complaining about missing the semicolon. But didn't we disable semicolon in .prettierrc file? To solve this problem is whether back to enable the semicolon in .prettierrc file. Or to copy the role name and go to ESLint.rc file and disable it. Instead, a better approach would be to synchronize the Prettier roles with the ESLint roles as we will discuss. First, install the ESLint-config-Prettier as a dev dependency. Then open the ESLint rc.json file. In the extends, you can pass an array and add Prettier. Once we save the file and back to our app.js file, we will find fewer errors. You can click on the role name to read more about it. Or again, you can disable it in the .eslint rc file. Or maybe change it from error to warn. That's it for our video on code formatting and linting best practices. By following these guidelines, you can make your code more readable, maintainable, and robust. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon in another tutorial.